Hi there, welcome to the presentation to this 2002 Prevost Vantare Featherlite coaches that is an H3-45. This is a beautiful bus. We just got in it on trade, and we're just going to walk you through the outside and some interesting details. Then we're going to get on the compartments and talk about all kinds of stuff, the things I find interesting. Now, by no means is this a comprehensive video. These are very in-depth buses with a lot of complex and very nice features that sometimes I may forget or not even know about. I've heard of previous Prevost owners, of not knowing a lot of things their buses do because they just come with so many features that sometimes you don't even need to use some of them. Let's get started. My name is Mayan Shah, by the way, with RVMax.us. We sell a lot of diesel Class A buses. Sometimes we get some Prevosts in, probably a dozen a year or something like that. And we do enjoy them. I love getting to play around with these buses because they're very cool. They're some of the coolest coaches on the market. Now, as we walk down this side, you'll notice it has AccuRide aluminum wheels all the way around, and they're beautiful. You could shave your face in them if you needed to. I see my reflection walking by. The front tires have actually been upgraded to 365 size tires. Just gives you a better ride going down the road. The rest of the tires in the back are 315 size. Now you've got two window awnings on this side of the bus, both covered with aluminum shrouds, of course, and they're a beautiful dark material that goes super well with the rest of the paintwork. Now this has 6 different pre-mixed colors that were used on this paint job, and just a classic paint job from Vantare. They do a really good job with their paint jobs. They don't, they're not afraid of expressing their style, and I love seeing the hidden V's in the paint job. You wouldn't normally notice this, but you see the V's there in the paintwork stripes, and then it kind of fades off, and same on the back of the bus. Now let's step around to the rear of the coach and look at the beautiful styling on the exhaust tips here. You've got 3 exhaust tips, the larger one, of course, being for the legendary Detroit Series 60 that this coach is equipped with, as well as your AquaHot. This is the exhaust for your AquaHot hydronic fired system, and that is the exhaust tip for your generator, which is a 17.5 kilowatt PowerTech. Now the styling of the rear of this coach is gorgeous and very timeless in my opinion. You see these beautiful big bars that go across, and Prevost is really good at doing a job of not, falling for the current times trendy, styled look. And this style you could roll this out as brand new and maybe change these to LEDs and it would look like a brand new coach. Even the backup monitor actually hides when it's not in use, just to continue the beautiful styling of the rear end. Now, before we move on to the shaded part, notice this color here. It may look black on camera, but it's actually a deep, deep emerald metallic green. Looks amazing in the sunlight. But when it's nighttime or it's dark, it kind of looks black, so I love having both colors in the paintwork. Now, there is some paint checking in the darker colors here, so we've got a beautiful metallic black stripe here, and then that deep dark green right here. And there is some paint checking. To be honest, it's really not that bad. We had the coach for a couple days and didn't even notice the paint checking, and then someone pointed it out finally, or detailers pointed it out after a couple days. But it's not happening in the lighter colored paint either. So it's only happening in the dark colors. Now underneath the coach, this coach is, of course, has an upgraded actually HVAC system as well as auxiliary air conditioners. And interestingly, one of the cool features about these Prevost buses is it comes equipped with 2 4,000 watt inverters, which means you can run your auxiliary air conditioners off of the batteries. So that's actually what we're doing right now. And the batteries were replaced in late 2018, early 2019, somewhere around that time. The batteries and tires were both replaced around that time. I believe the front 365s are new, but at the very oldest they're 2018s, but I'm pretty sure they're within a year old. Now, like I mentioned, running the air off your batteries is so convenient. If you don't want to fire a generator up or be inconveniencing someone else or causing a nuisance somewhere, you can just turn them on with the batteries, and you can actually preset your generator to fire up when the batteries get to a certain voltage, which means you can run the air conditioners all day long, and the only time the generator will be running is when the batteries need to be charged up. What this does is just let you use a lot less diesel fuel and be much more efficient with your bus. Now we actually do know the door code here, so you can unlock the doors and compartments with this key code right here. Very quick, easy to operate, and it's just nice because you don't have to, if you go to the beach or something, you don't want to take the keys with you, right? It's a very small feature, but let me tell you, it's very convenient when you know this code. Because again, like I said, you can just go to the beach, go out. You know, a lot of times you don't want to take your keys to the beach, or when you're hiking or doing something else, you can just use your door code. Now, all of the compartment doors can be unlocked with a remote control, as well as the door lock, of course. So you just click a button, all the compartment doors are unlocked, same with the door. Notice the two massive Girard awnings that this has, fully electric, equipped with wind sensors. The paintwork is finished on the exterior of them, so they look really nice. But it's nice having two of them. It just gives you a whole lot more space out here to hang out and enjoy the shade in. Now, around the front of the bus, we're gonna try to see, I think there's a crack right here in the windshield. And this is one of the things, again, we didn't notice until after having it for like a day or so. It's really not in the way at all. And this could be rectified. These pieces of glass are really not that expensive because they're not that big. Now let's see if we have any rock chips here. No, there's one little rock chip right there. And some very minor ones here and there. But otherwise, the face of the bus is in pretty good shape. You know, a lot of times you'll see coaches that have just been absolutely taken apart by rocks. Now, the headlights have been upgraded as well by the previous owner. They are not the original 2002 H3-45 headlights, which really, in my opinion, date these buses. These are the upgraded, nicer looking, newer hub headlights. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Hopefully this gave you a quick idea of what the coach is, and it's a very exciting bus. So I'm excited to keep moving on with you guys and demonstrating how cool this bus is and all the features it has. So right here, you just have a lot of electronic controls, relays, things like that, mainly for the front dash area. You got all kinds of information right here about the coach, the tire inflation, stuff like that, Prevost VIN number, all that good stuff. And these things are actually really good at laying out the wiring of the bus. So it looks complicated, but if you look into it, it's actually wired pretty straightforward. I wouldn't say simple, but straightforward, and you have all the diagrams, so you could actually take care of some stuff on your own if you needed to. Now right here, you have your first pass-through storage compartment. Now the H3-45 setup actually comes with larger outdoor space. There's much more space out here. Now here's a little chip. I missed this earlier, but I want to go and point that out. Little chip in the paint. Now let's step over here to the second compartment on the driver's side of the bus. And by the way, that slide-out tray comes out on this side as well as the other side. So you just need to do that. Comes out a pretty long way. You also have another nice pass-through, or not pass-through, but very deep slide-out compartment here. Another nice heavy-duty slide-out tray. Now in the next compartment over, we have our main HVAC system in the bus, as well as fans, and that is a radiator for the generator, the genset. You see that right there, huge fan on it, so it blows out and cools itself very, very quietly. Right here, you've got more Hvac systems. These right here are fan motors. Well, that's a fan motor right there. And then you have your actual fan, which vents air in the bus, very powerful. You have your fuel, diesel fuel access point right there. You can fill this on both sides. So you actually don't have to open this compartment to get to your fuel. You can just open this, and I apologize for the airplane, but you can just open this compartment right here to get to your fuel door. Now in here we have our plumbing bay. This is a really nice plumbing bay. We have an outdoor shower, another secondary, hose thing, so you can set up another hose out here. You can have two. Your black and gray tank flush. This has 170 gallons of fresh tank capacity. And you also have your tank sentry out here too. So you see that right here. You can check where your 1, 2, 3, your black, gray, and fresh tanks are all at. You can also start your generator up. You can dump this with a button. So this is, you see this on some high-end coaches. So if you're plugged into full service, you got your plumbing hooked up and everything, you can actually just press a button from the inside of the coach to dump the tanks. This sounds small, but again, it's so nice. If you're at a campground for like a week, you're gonna have to dump your black tank. Oh, then this I don't know, maybe not. That's a huge tank. But whenever you want to go to dump, you just have to press the button from anywhere, inside the coach, outside. Very nice. You can also has a control for your aqua hot bay heat, so you can heat this out here if it's really cold. You know, here's your auto drain. It's got a macerator, all that good stuff. They also have power outlets there too, and a soap dispenser, nice soap dispenser. Right here, this door opens. So you stick the key in, unlock it. You're supposed to shut this first, and then you can open this up. These are a lot of electrical components for your engine. Right here, you just have radiators, as well as auxiliary radiators for your Allison transmission. This has an Allison HD-4060, which is somewhere in the lineage of the 4000 series Allison, really high performance Allison transmission. Now this coach was serviced a couple of months ago, so it's all fresh service, fresh fluids, fresh filters, all that. This is a really clean engine compartment actually. Take a peek down here, you see the fresh filters, and all the hoses look good, belts look excellent. Like I mentioned, it was not that long ago the entire chassis side of this bus was completely zeroed out. Now right here is kind of interesting. So let me get in front of you real quick. You can decrease the pressure here on your belts. So if you need to decrease this right here, it'll make it easier to change this belt out. Something Prevost do. And you can have a rear start here too. Now this is equipped with bus air, so that's about a $60,000 option. And that is what this is right here. Huge compressor, blows cool air throughout the bus, running just off your engine. And I love how there's so much access to this engine compartment here. I mean, you can really see and get to everything you need to. Right here, let me go and shut this. Take a key. Some of these compartments aren't electronically unlocked, but it's fine because these compartments you're mostly not going to be accessing. You got your house 24 volt as well as house 12 volt battery switches, so you can have main cutoffs here if you need to. You cut them off. I love these. Look at how big these are. Check it out. They're just these massive handles. You just pull them, and it's so cool. If you've ever taken a tour of like a old U.S. Army battleship, I just feel like you'd have a switch like that in it. It kind of smells like that too. Shuts with a satisfying click. Now right here, this actually sort of has two plumbing bays. So you've got a lot of good stuff here. Another outdoor shower. I love the fact that it has one on this side, especially if you're at the beach. If you want to clean your feet up real quick before walking in your bus, you don't have to go to your wet bay where you plugged in the sewer and everything and power. You just, right here, you've got it going. More bay outlets. This is your massive high output water pump, on-demand water pump. You can turn your exterior lights on and off from here. Inverter, main, emergency cutoffs. This is a heater. This thing has like 4 different heaters. And right here you just have, sometimes these get a little finicky. Sometimes what it is there, you just have to tighten a little bit because you can screw these little things off if you need to clean them. Right here is a little main sort of hub. There's a name for it and I'm blanking on it, but essentially what this is if you have a leak in a specific area from your plumbing system, you can cut that specific area off alone and not sacrifice all your other water system. You can fill your freshwater tank here. Yeah, straightforward. Now this compartment should open. I'm not sure though. So you've got another access point to your fuel tank here. Yes, here it is. Set those keys there. There we go. There's another lock. Aha. Squeeze that. There we go. I'm just making sure I do this correctly. You know, I don't want to hurt anything. So you can access this bay here if you need to. It's more of your air conditioning system here. And then it just slides, and carefully do that. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to squeeze that. Put it back in. Everything is very well built on these buses, and it does take a little bit of time to sort of learn and understand them, as you saw me just learn how to open that compartment there. But everything makes a lot of sense once you dig into it and start using these things. Now these are your 2 4,000 watt inverters I was mentioning earlier, and underneath that you have your 17.5 kilowatt PowerTech, which is produced by Caterpillar, which I love, generator. I believe this has about 5,600, 5,700 hours on it. Notice that it rides on airbags, so you really, it's very hard to feel this thing, even though this is much higher output than most other buses in its price league, 17.5 kilowatt. You barely hear it or feel it. You can easily check your coolant, and it's in this little safe contained box that not only insulates it, and acts as part of the cooling system. It keeps it very quiet while you're in the bus. So we've got multiple power outlets here. I love how there's power outlets everywhere in the under compartments of these buses. And right here, this is the other side of our main pass-through storage compartment. Get a remote control for your Girard as well as manual buttons right under here to operate your Girards. More outlets. There's 4 in here, 4 in here. There's almost all of these compartments have outlets, which is really nice. And I believe that's going to complete the compartment tour. So we're on the interior now, and this has a very striking interior. But one of the things I really like about these Prevost buses is the massive windows. You can really easily see out of the coach. And this is huge, at least for me. I've stayed at a campground that's right on the Pacific Ocean. You get to camp essentially on this cliff. And if you're in this type of bus, you get to see out and see everything with ease. Windows are a huge factor for me. Now in the front part of this bus, we've got this nice lounge J couch. And the upholstery in here is just perfect. There's no flaws whatsoever. And I love how this couch looks. It's a fantastic looking couch. Now on the other side, we've got, and by the way, check this piece out right here. I've got beautiful Corian countertops, ventilation for the auxiliary salon air conditioner. There's drawers right here. And just a lot of excellent high quality craftsmanship that's gone into this area. And essentially all the areas on this bus. Now over here we have 2 like Euro style recliners, and these are pretty new. These are I think only like a year or 2 old. They were put in by the previous owner, and they look fantastic. Now in the middle, you've got a nice little seating area. There's storage on either side of it. There's actually a little extra table that folds out like this, and now you have a little extra space. And then to put it back in, you just simply, there's a catch to it. You have to do it just the right way. There we go. I never like to shove those things. Yeah, so I figured out how to do this. I'm just kind of dumb sometimes when it comes to operating simple mechanics. And there it is. It's a very easy to operate thing once you know what you're looking for. But I love in the Corian insert, we've got this little black line strip that goes through it all. And notice all around the window, all the window sills are Corian finished as well. Now as we step into the kitchen area, we've got this gorgeous lounge style dinette area. Now this table can turn, but notice how this table shape fits the couch lining, and it looks amazing. I also love this material here. It's very comfortable to sit in. And look at the infinity table. I love how that looks. That's so cool. This is actually, I think, the first time I've seen this in a bus, and I'm not surprised. Vantare is not afraid to do what they please, especially from this era, and I love that. Check out this fiber optics. By the way, this coach has fiber optics accenting all along the ceiling, throughout the interior of the bus, and you've got this extra little designer piece right here, which I absolutely love. And right now, it's changing colors. You can stop on any color you enjoy, or you can just let it continue to cycle through all its colors. Now this is a big, huge, nice piece of Corian. Lots of storage down under here. Yeah, look at this. Now I like this setup right here. Storage and these drawers just slide out. Really like that. Now right here we have the main control center for the bus. Controls for our 2 trace 4,000 watt inverters that we spoke of earlier. And all your main cutoffs. So you can cut off and turn on power for anything here. All your auxiliary air conditioners, your central air conditioning, all that good stuff. You got your tank sentry, generator control, engine oil. I love the fact that you can check your engine oil pressure and your water temperature of your generator. A lot of buses don't have that. This one does. Now you can push button water fill, so if you're connected to city pressure, you can just fill your tank by a push of a button. You also turn your block heater on, start your generator up, and all that good stuff. Now on the other side, we have a beautiful household refrigerator here. It's by GE. I mean, it's absolutely mint. It's very clean inside. And you've got an ice maker, filtered water, all that good stuff. Now over here in the kitchen area, this is actually a really large kitchen area. This is all Corian finished. And notice the little lip. I love this lip here. And the beautiful Granite Backsplash. You've also got power outlet right here. and a lot of controls. Now underneath this, and notice how beautifully this fits in here. This is a Princess dual burner stove. And you've got some little cracking pieces here, but that's not too big of a deal. The coach overall is in excellent condition for its age. Right here is a trash can, and check this out. It just slides out right here. So we want to empty it real quick. Beautiful little thing. It only goes one way. There it is. Now right here we have our sink. And I just wanted to point out how well these fit. A hard surface, all that good stuff. Look at this black little liner on there too. I love how that looks. This is like an Insta-Hot. But this fits so tightly and snugly in here. When you put it down, when you do that last little piece, you feel the air rushing out. And when you pull it up, it's kind of hard to pull it out because of the air, the vacuum in there. It's really well sealed. But this also reduces rattling, which is huge. Now right here, check out this little display case. You could put anything you want in there. Beautiful little display case. Gorgeous accent lighting up there. And its own little light. So you could do something really cool with that. On the other side, we've got a display case for all the Featherlite luxury coaches. Glassware. And look at this. These are really nice cups. Listen to this sound. That's a good sound. Oh, I even like it more. Oh, yeah, on the Corian. I love that sound. I don't know why. Beautiful wine glasses. You can have your nice or anything you want. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, so I may bleep that out. And if I did bleep it out, you'll be wondering why there's a little pause in the audio. Leave comments below. What do you think I said? Now down here, notice the beautiful granite this thing has throughout the bus. This nice little gold trim going through it. It's very well accented. Now right here, oh, before we go into the bathroom area, check this out. We've got a Carousel microwave convection oven up here. I love how they have this hidden. It's so hidden, I totally forgot about it. Now right here, we've got more storage. There's a lot of storage in this bus. Now let's step back in here. And before you step in here, back up please. I'm going to demonstrate the pocket door here. So you can hold these if you want, or you can one-touch them like that. And you can be like Star Trek. You can feel very cool and very nice in here. I'm going to one-touch it. There we go. And it'll do it automatically. Feel like you're getting off a spaceship. Notice this is all finished out in Corian. And so is this. Back here we've got a Corian sink in the bathroom area. Check out that. It looks like a leopard. Could be wrong about that. I don't know my big cats very well. But notice the beautiful Granite Backsplash back there. Got a lot of cabinet space back behind. Some free dial soap. And check this piece out. I love that light. That's a very lavish way to have that light set up. You also got outlets here if you want. And the shower. Check out this shower. This is a absolutely stunning shower here. All this beautiful granite sparkling in your face. You've got a temperature sensing nozzle there, so it'll only give you specifically what temperature you want. I love the fact that you've actually got, this seems like a Corian material, but a place to have your soaps and all that. This is a really spacious shower area here. I mean, it's very spacious, and when you close the door, let me close this door here real quick. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. I can get used to showering now. That's a beautiful shower. Now I love the designs here. It's really weird actually. It's like they're people parachuting. You can clearly see that they're people, and then they turn into butterflies. That is so cool and weird. It's just very unique. Vantare is very unique, and I love that about them from this era especially. I really like that. Now let's continue the uniqueness in this bathroom area. Now the bathroom area has its own sink, all finished out in Corian. Check out the leather print on that wall. Beautiful. Cabinet space back behind there. Yeah, and the woodwork in this coach is superb. I love this veneer. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the best woods I've seen in a Prevost bus. I haven't really been too impressed by Prevost wood before. Obviously, there's a lot of craftsmanship, but this just goes so well with this interior. It's a great contrast to the floor. Now in the bedroom area, I've actually got a good bit of space. We've got a little setup here. You can do your makeup or anything like that, and this should be able to turn on. It may need a light or something, or maybe the main cutoff for it may be off. I honestly don't know how to operate these, so I'm not going to act like oh, it's not even plugged in. Yeah, well, if I plugged it in, it'd probably work. But that's pretty cool setup here. You've got a Bose surround sound for the front of the bus as well as the back of the bus. Now right here, this is all, by the way, this is still all granite around here, all granite. This is granite over here. We've got Corian finished countertops. You've got a lot of controls. You've got not only your central air conditioner ducts up top, you've got an auxiliary salon and bedroom air conditioner. So, and those have been recently maintenance, and I think they've been upgraded as well. Now you've got a little TV set up here, and the front TV was upgraded. However, this TV is still the older TV. But you could easily upgrade this for if you wanted to. It'd cost you like $50. This is an air conditioner vent right here. And look at this material up on the ceiling. It's a beautiful material. And while we're talking about the ceiling, in this bedroom accent piece on the ceiling where all the ceiling piece is here, you can see, it's on right now. You probably can't see it in the camera. It has what they call the Starlight Panel. Now the Starlight Panel has little individual pieces of fiber optic wire or whatever it's called in each piece, like all spread out through here, so it looks like a beautiful, colorful, starry night, and they kind of change colors lightly. It's absolutely stunning. Now over here, we've got a lot of cabinet space up top. Huge windows in the bedroom. By the way, all the shades are fully electric. Every single shade in the bus is fully electric. So, and back here, we've got a large wardrobe space as well. It's cedar lined, beautiful cedar lining here. And there's also like a little hamper. Really nice little wardrobe in the back of the bus. And all of these locking mechanisms are just so high quality. Put it in place. And by the way, what's cool about these is they lock in place by different mechanisms. This is just for the aesthetics, to continue the aesthetics, because all these other drawers actually do use these as locks. And by the way, speaking of drawers, look at all these drawers here. We've got an incredible amount of storage space here. All solid wood. And look at this little interesting area. Isn't that cool? It's just like a mirror area. And you could put something on display there. It looked really neat. Very cool. Now this is equipped with bus air, so I want you to take a peek here. And all of the window, the little, these pieces that go by the windows, the window sills, they have these little holes in them cut in the Corian, and those are for the ventilation for your bus air. So that's where the bus air comes out. All right, let's check this piece out real quick. Look at this huge amount of wardrobe, cedar lined as well. This is massive. If this wasn't here, I could stand up in it. Very large. And also on the other side, we've got a washer dryer stack in here. This is super nice to see, the washer dryer stack. Interesting, really cool little compartment right here. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Look at this piece. That's just such a cool piece. And then in here, we have another little wardrobe area. And you can also control how bright your indirect lighting is. It's really cool. I'm going to actually turn these off right now, so maybe you can get a better look as we walk up of the fiber optics. But the fiber optics are fantastic. By the way, this pocket door right here to the bedroom is, oh, I'm doing it. I shouldn't do it from there, but you can go on and watch that. And then it's a mirror on this side. And then I just press the button here. There it goes. And I really want the indirect lighting back on. I love the indirect lighting. What can I say? It's fantastic. Speaking of indirect lighting, it's in excellent shape. There's no burnt out spots in them like you see on a lot of other buses. This is a really well-maintained coach, and it's in excellent condition. For the money, this is a excellent, well-maintained bus. A lot of money was spent on it. It was owned by really interesting people who knew a lot more than the average Prevost person or average Prevost buyer. And that I know for a fact. Let's go get this on a test drive, and I've already driven it, so I know how it drives. So let's go see my feedback on how it rides. All right, so this steering wheel is gorgeous. This is leather. I love this white leather. Unfortunately, it gets dirty very easily, but this can be easily cleaned with the proper materials. Now, I haven't gone on the test drive yet. We're about to do that, and I want to show you how the cockpit works. So let me go ahead and turn that off so we can get a full true what it's like to fire this bus up. And this thing has an incredible amount of cutoffs, but this cutoff right here, so to start it up, you click that, and you get power, and then you turn this key, All the lights come on. And I'm going to sit here and wait for the wait to start. Yeah, it's pretty gone pretty quickly, but I typically wait. There are a bunch of clicks. I wait for those clicks to go away. And then, moment of truth. There it is. It fires right up very quickly. And that's about it for the starting. Now let me, oh, there's one of our guys. Now over here we have controls for our mirrors. They're fully electric. Both pieces of them on all four pieces are fully electric. This is where you can adjust your ride height and stuff like that. You can actually ride with this coach in lower or higher mode if you really wanted to. You've also got your HWH computerized air leveling right here. And shade control. You got all kinds of shade controls. This is really for back there. And I love the fact that you can control all the shades back there if you really want to. Because sometimes if you're driving and you got some sunlight coming back there, it can be really bothersome. So there you go, shades in the back. Now the front shades are down, and these are all electric as well. You can control them from over here. So you've got all kinds of shade controls. You've got shade master. You can turn your stepwell lights on and off, and the stepwell lights are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Accent lighting going all up through them. You got your auxiliary air compressor. The spotlight works, and it's fantastic. You control it with this little joystick right here, and you turn it on from there. Generator, you can start your generator. You can control the air slide over there. All kinds of light switches. You can lock and unlock your door. This is for this main screen to switch it back from your backup camera. And I got to turn the backup camera on in a minute. Let's see if it'll come on. Yeah, there's another main cutoff in the back I got to turn on. There's like, you remember in that, oh no, it is on. Okay, no, it's already on. Fantastic. There it is. Look at that. There's your backup camera. It's a pretty large screen too. This comes up. So this is a screen that folds out if you want. This is the controls for like your bus air and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Actually, let me turn it off because I don't know how much noise that's going to make. Now over here, heated mirrors, docking cornering. This is, and then work lights, headlights. This is to lock your compartment doors right here. You can control your your exhaust brake. It's dual stage. You can turn it on fast idle. So watch this. When I click the fast idle button, pops up to that much RPM, which is just perfect. 6-speed Allison control, electric window. Control that real quick there. Oh, and back here is your main tag dump. And I don't know why Prevost always put a huge emergency brake. It's hilarious. Look at this. It's claiming it averages 6.1 miles to gallon, which is, if that's true, that's really good because these things weigh a lot. So that's about it, I think. Your cruise control's over here too. By the way, I really like the cruise control over here. Personally, I don't know why. I've always liked that. Anyways, that's about it. You've got some storage compartments and, you know, some boring stuff. Nice cup holder here. Another cup holder here. This is where you can hide all your super secret stuff. Little compartment. But that's about it. By the way, there's all kinds of power connectors up here too. But that's about it. Let's go hit the road. All right, we're getting on the highway now, and I guess this is a pretty good demo, isn't it? Check this out. No, I have to correct it. This thing's butter smooth. It's a Prevost. I mean, what do you expect? I have to add something new every time, but I find myself struggling to find exactly what's new. I mean, the thing is butter smooth. The ride is impeccable. You know, for the passenger, it's quiet. There's minimal road noise, and the ride is, you know, when I was testing the bus out before we took it on trade, I happened to have some friends on board at the time. They came over I wanted to show them the bus, and we took them around, and they said it was like riding on a cloud. And I thought that was a pretty good way of putting it. But that is what it is, being a passenger in one of these things. But being a driver is also fantastic. I mean, look at the stability I have riding around this corner. The driving experience is a 10 out of 10. I'm connected to the road excellently, and yet it's butter smooth. Not many manufacturers can really do that because it's hard to balance the two, right? The smoother it is, the more disconnected you are. Not in the Prevost. With the Prevost, you're extremely connected to everything, but it's so smooth and so stable and so quiet. It's one of the best riding buses out there. And actually, I'm going to the beach next week with our 05 Featherlite double slide, and I'm taking it because I'm taking it over some other buses we have that are newer and have more slides and all this, and I'm taking it just because I want to drive the thing. I'm hitting the exhaust brake to assist us. The brakes feel excellent even without the exhaust brake. And the driving experience is so good. It's so quiet in this thing. It's so quiet. It's incredible. What? Yeah, she said it's too quiet. The camera person said it's too quiet. She says I feel like I'm whispering. I mean, I'm just talking regularly. Yeah, it doesn't feel like any other bus. There's no way of putting it. It's not like anything else out there. The Prevost is this class of its own, and you know it's been known for a long time. You can, like, I can't even hear the engine right now. It was revving like 1,500 or 2,000 RPM. I can't even hear it. It's stunning. It's stunning. I hear the bus air. And always when you turn, you mind your fishtail a little bit. There you go. Oh, it's an absolute dream to drive this. You know, out of curiosity, I'm going to nail it and see what the power is. See how the power is. The power is pretty good from that Detroit. It's not going to scoot around like a Porsche because this thing weighs a lot. But it is adequate, very adequate. And the torque is excellent, especially at high speed. And you know, the reliability is what makes these so legendary, and it's why they use them for so long, is this engine is just so reliable. And wow, I wish I was in something fast. I'd go walk all over that Mustang. But yeah, so this thing is, look, we're at 60 miles. Oh man, I forgot, we're at 63 miles an hour now. Going up a hill, accelerating. This person is getting awfully close to me. I hate when people do that. Thank you for going back over there. Yeah, it's so easy to look. I'm going around a corner, right? At 72 miles an hour. I'm going to back off the throttle. Do I need to say anything? One finger. One finger. Remember, we have that 365 tire size upgrade too. But think about how quiet it is right now. We're at 72 miles an hour. I'm going to come back down to 70. And this is all a legend, you know. I make things up. I make numbers up. I don't know how fast I'm really going. So I'm going to come back down a little bit. I'll turn that exhaust brake off. But yeah, so here's another. Look at the stability here. Look at the stability on this corner. Just latch my little finger there, and it's a piece of cake to drive it. And why, you may wonder, why is it important to be able to feel the bus, to feel where you are? It's extremely important to feel where you are in the road and to feel the wheelbase of the bus. You know, because you really need to know, it makes it easier to correct. And that's one of the things that makes other buses that are lower end and not Prevost, the ones that don't drive so well, that's one of the things that makes them so awful. Not awful, but not like a Prevost to drive, is you're not as connected. You're more numb, and when you're more numb and you go to make that correction, you really don't know exactly where the bus is in the lane. Whereas this, I can read it instantaneously. The view out of the H3-45 model is my favorite. I love the view out of the H3-45. I like sitting lower. That is my personal preference. I'm like that with cars. I like sitting as low as I possibly can. And I'm like that with the bus too. Now we're gonna take this exit here. And yeah, the ride quality for the passenger is so smooth. Not much at all comes through the chassis. It's one of the best riding buses for a passenger, period. Yeah, Kaya says she feels like she's on a plane. And you know how smooth planes are when you're in the air, right? You're not going over potholes. That's how it is. And we're driving on South Carolina roads, which are a sorry excuse, waste of taxpayers' money road system that we have here in South Carolina, and it still feels like you're on an airplane. Yeah, it's an excellent driving bus. The fact that you can't really hear the engine is really funny. Yeah, you know, I'm becoming more numb to these buses the more I'm driving them, and it's making, the more I drive them, the more I realize, oh my gosh, I really want one of these for myself personally. You know, I never thought that before. I always thought, yeah, I'll get a big full wall slide, this or that. And those are great, and so it depends on what you're looking for out of a bus, but me being a car guy and being a bus enthusiast or a bus nut, it's just so enjoyable to drive this thing. I'm trying to refrain from talking about the driving experience and how much I love to drive it, because the passenger is really important in these things, because for the passenger, by the way, look at this crappy road. The passenger ride in this bus is the best in the market. Prevost is the best private rider experience. But the driving experience is so good in this thing. It's so good. It makes driving so enjoyable. All the other buses, I enjoy driving them, but honestly, not on the same level as this, not on the same level as a Prevost, and obviously other buses have their pros and cons. I don't really, I refrain from making a favorite pick. Obviously, Prevosts are some of the best driving buses out there, but they still all have their pros and cons. But you can't get away from the fact of the fact that this rides so smoothly and so quietly and just so well. The driving experience is the strong point of a Prevost. It's why you buy one, or it's one of the many reasons why you buy one. And this one is exceptional. I want to make a note, by the way, that there's absolutely no, if you've ever driven a car, and I know I have, that needs control arm bushings, it needs control arms, it needs the dog bone arms, I think they're called dog arm, or dog leg arms, they're called one of those things, they go on the back of the bus. Because this was zeroed out, within the last couple of years, there's absolutely none of that, because if you're in a car that needs control arm bushings and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. You go over a bump and it's not necessarily bad, but you just feel it down in there. Something's playing when you need control arms and the bushings. There is none of that here. This is a super straightforward, excellent feeling steering. I mean, it's perfect. It's really perfect. This driving experience is. There's absolutely none of that. The control arms are excellent. The bushings feel excellent. And again, if you've never been in a car where you need bushings very badly, you will not know what I'm talking about. But I know what I'm talking about because I have driven plenty of cars that need control arm bushings. My personal 7 Series needed it. And I recently spent like $3,000 replacing all my control arms and struts and bushings. And oh my gosh, it drives so much better now. This is like that. It's tight. It's before and after. So anyways, that's going to conclude the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this beautiful, well-maintained bus, please give me a call or text at 864-376-5600. And as of now, I kind of had to expedite this video, so I apologize. It's not, I'm trying to become more of a perfectionist with my videos, and this video was not up to my standard, although it was fun to make it, that's for sure. We have some interested parties in the bus, and we're trying to get this video online very quickly so they can take a peek at it. So if you're interested in this coach, please give me a call or text. It will not last long. This is a very clean bus. It's not perfect. We've talked about the minor little flaws here, but fundamentally, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's turnkey. You can take this bus and go use it right now. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. It helps us out. It helps us out a lot. And if you subscribe too and you turn on notifications, you can see any new bus we come out with instantaneously. You can be one of the first to see them. So again, thank you so much for watching.